asante sana. Tumpigie Waziri Penina makofi. Haya, nitaenda kunena kwa machache. And I would like to say that the theme of this year's World Day to Combat Desertification and Drought is Her Land, Her Rights. The day is celebrated globally, and it is the day when the Convention on Desertification was signed in 1994 in Paris. Drought and desertification disproportionately affect women and children. And that is why the theme for this year is very much welcome. As a ministry, we are working hard to ensure that we combat desertification and drought through climate action. We have today, through a collaboration from different players, including the county government of Kitui, the National Drought Management Authority, NEMA, and the European Union, we have launched a sand dam, which will be able to supply water to more than 1,500 households. And I'm told that the catchment during drought season, because of the movement, the people to benefit would even double or triple. We have also donated a number of water tanks to different local communities and schools, which will be used to harness and to do water harvesting. And I also want to applaud the work done by SMARCS Foundation to supply the beehives to the women groups of Waita area. The ministry, that is my ministry, is in the process of implementing an initiative to grow 15 billion trees across the country. And I would like to say that the success of the 15 billion tree growing initiative vests in activating the plan within arid and semi-arid counties such as Kitui. So our presence here is very significant because we need the support, and other partners worked on the concept of the Green Boma. The Green Boma initiative is going to involve fruit trees and other trees being planted within bomas or homesteads, and it is a concept that we want to roll out across all the arid and semi-arid parts of Kenya, so that as we ask the communities to engage in tree planting, they will derive a nutritional value from the trees they plant, as well as an economic value through fruit trees. My ministry is working on revising land and policies that will make environmental conservation and protection an all-society and all-government approach. And Your Excellency Governor, when I see you here with members of your county assembly, with members of your administration, working seamlessly with my ministry, it gives me hope that the all-government, all-community, all-society approach that we want to embark on in restoring our ecosystem will succeed. You know that we have talked about the need for county governments to help us establish urban greening areas within their counties. We have also discussed the need to have the FLOCA funds, which my ministry is at the core of implementing, to have a certain percentage, and we agreed on 20%, and we are still in discussions with the Council of Governors to make sure that the FLOCA funds will go towards ecosystem restoration, and particularly the growing of 15 billion trees that we want to achieve. We are also working very closely with our members of parliament to ensure that the national government CDF law will allow for our members of parliament to dedicate the percentage that goes to environmental conservation, and we are proposing that we increase the allocation from 2.5% to 5% to go towards the greening program for our country. We are also working closely with the Ministry of Education to ensure that we activate and actively implement all the environmental education policy, particularly the CBC, to make sure that we inculcate sustainable approach to conserve our environment. I want to acknowledge the work done by women in environmental conservation. We also acknowledge that most women do not have their enjoyment of their full land rights, which efforts challenging. We would like to appeal to everyone here. Tunakubaliana ya kwamba kwa mashamba yetu, kwa mambo ya ukulima, kina mama wanafanya kazi mzuri, si ndivyo? Na tunafaa kuwa support na kuwashika mkono sisi sote pamoja na wazee, ili tuweze kuwa na one direction, one effort to combat climate change and desertification. We will be working with women and youth groups in seedling propagation plans. Through the support of the Kenya Forestry Research Institute, we will work with women groups right at the grassroots levels. We will work with youth groups right at the grassroots. From the grassroots level, we will work with our schools to feed into our 15 billion tree growing program. And we will do that with a special focus on fruit trees and those trees that have an economic value to them. And I'm happy to hear that we have the mukau tree, which thrives very well within Ukambani and has a huge economic value. We will work with you, Excellency Governor, and the teams on the ground, with the county environment committees, to make sure so that we make sure we are planting the right species in the right place, with a special focus on fruit trees and those that have an economic value to our populations. And this will help us deal with the problem of drought and desertification. Rehabilitation approach in dealing with drought and desertification. We will conserve wetlands within this wider ward. I have seen massive rivers all over the place. We have very huge water reserves. And I want to applaud the governor for his special focus on sand dams. We need, and we focus on wetlands. I want to commend my PS and NEMA for the recent launch of the wetlands restoration program. We are going to move to every corner of this country. As we intend to plant 15 billion trees, why don't we start by conserving what we need to start by protecting? And I want to encourage Mheshimiwa Governor, the members of parliament, we need to embark on the treatment of our wetlands to make sure that we protect them. And we have the issue of pollution and degradable. It takes each and every one of us to do something. Plant a tree, protect a wetland. All these concerted efforts will all lead in one accord to give us the 30% tree cover that we hope to achieve, and that will take us a long way to combat desertification and drought. I want to thank you all for making time for these celebrations. Let us work together as county governments, national government, and various partners. Hata makanisa, Mheshimiwa Governor. We need to bring our churches on board. Watu wa Kitui nataka kuwaeleza mambo ya kuhifadhi mazingira yetu. Sio jambo la siasa. Sio jambo la kusema hiyo ni jukumu la serikali. Kila mmoja wetu wako na jukumu. Nani anapenda kuishi katika jangwa? Hata Maluki na timu yako najua hamtapenda kuishi katika jangwa. Tunataka tuwahusishe vijana wetu, tuwahusishe kina mama, tujihusishe makanisa, county government, national government na county commissioner. Is the county commissioner here? We have targets for each and every state department, for each and every government agency. Na ninajua county commissioner, you must be having the numbers of your targets. We are going to establish chief nurseries, tree nurseries across the country to make sure that our chiefs, our national government administration officers, you need to get yourselves busy to helmet administration because you hold strong grip. Kwa hivyo nawashukuru sana watu wa Kitui County kwa kutupa nafasi hii, na niwashukuru pia wale wafadhili wote ambao wamepeana miti. Sijui ni miche ngapi tumepeana siku ya leo. How many tree seedlings do we have today? Whatever the number, tunataka it is not just a simple act of CSR. It is not a pastime. Tusipopanda miti na kuhifadhi mazingira yetu, tutaangamia wote pamoja. Hivi basi ninaomba, tumekuwa tukisema kila mtu achukue nafasi yake ya kupanda mti. Ukifanya birthdays, ninajua sana sana birthdays labda zinafanywa kwa town centers. Lakini mkiwa na sherehe, hata kwa mazishi, kwa sababu mambo ya kupanda miti is a life and death. Hata itatusaidia kujua ya kwamba kuna uhusiano ya mazingira yetu na ya maisha yetu na mazingira. Tukiharibu mazingira, it will come back to haunt all of us. Tukisema trees for birthdays, tunataka mtusaidie tushikane mikono. Tukisema watoto wetu wapande miti, ninajua mwalimu na wengine wengi tutashikania, hata waheshimiwa MCAs. Please take your responsibility, take your place. We all have a place in this. Na tunasema hatutakuwa tunapanda miti, tunapanda na kukuza. Na nimewaeleza wale wakurugenzi wa mashirika ambaye yako katika ministry yangu, mkifanya mikutano, mkizunguka hii nchi yote na tukizunguka pamoja, you must have a comprehensive plan for all the initiatives that we have. That's why I'm very happy today that we have a water plan for Kitui when we are here. We have a livelihood plan, but we also make sure that wherever we plant our trees, agencies, tusipande mti kama huna mpangilio wa kukuza ule mti. Itakuwa tunafanya ile inaitwa zero sum game. So when you plant, you better plant 2 and have a plan for the 2. Rather than splash figures saying you're planting 10,000 and no plan for them. Only then shall we have a sustainable approach to restoring our ecosystem. Ninawashukuru sana, na Mheshimiwa Governor, dada yangu Malonza, NDMA na NEMA wamesema Sandam itakamilika in 4 months. So, mimi nitarudi hapa. I can promise you, I have to come back and commission the Sandam. Ili tuwe kwa gavana wenu, Malombe. Kweli yeye ni chuma. Ukiona anakuja kukaa hapa kuongea maneno ya environmental conservation, ni mtu wa maana sana. Hata ninajua mbunge wenu Muliongi, tumekuwa na yeye bunge miaka 10. Na najua pia anapenda mambo ya mazingira. Na pia dada yetu Kasalu, tumekuwa women reps na yeye pale bunge. So Mungu awabariki sana watu wa Kitui. Nimefurahi kufika hapa na tushikane mikono kuhifadhi mazingira yetu. Thank you very much. Asante.